Okay, so that looks just about ready. So what we're gonna do is turn this off. And I'm gonna give it to you now.
Okay.
And we're gonna turn this out onto the lightly floured counter here.
So the way it has to look, it has to be stuck together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just
Kind of like pie dough, but not really.
Yeah, actually it'll almost feel
Yeah?
like pie dough when you're done. So if you just want to knead that,
Hope I'm kneading right. I don't.
just push down. We call this our ab workout.
Oh. So just kind of flatten it.
Yeah,
Okay, this is a lot harder than it looks. It's not.
it
quite,
is. And then just into a ball, like just
Into
keep
a ball?
rolling it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
make it into a nice ball.
So how did the pasta shop start? It's you and your best friend.
My best friend and I had been talking about this for a while. Kind of came up with the idea several years ago, and we would go for walks and talk about the pasta shop. And then one day we went for lunch, and I just kind of looked at her and I said, "So when are we going to talk? You know, stop talking about it and do it?" And it all just kind of came together. Kim grew up in pretty much a traditional Italian family, and she spent many hours with her Nonna making pasta and sauces and had a lot of great memories. And we just really wanted to bring that kind of to Thunder Bay. Everybody, we have all these other kind of ethnic restaurants, but nothing really doing the traditional Italian pastas right from scratch. We actually cut each and every order as it comes in. So we just wanted to bring that freshness back.
Well, and it's kind of nice that you guys are two really good friends who are running your own business and cooking together. Okay, so
That's good.
That's good. Okay.
So now what you would do is you let it rest for a little while. We usually try to let it rest for about an hour before we cut it. We would wrap it in some saran wrap or cellophane and let it just sit for about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
we don't have time to do that
we're
today.
going to skip that. So I'm going to give you this here, and traditionally here we do it in about 150 gram slices, but if you were to go right about there,
Okay.
okay, maybe just add a little bit more to that. So you get yeah, that'll work.
So make it into a ball?
Yeah, what you want to do is try to flatten it as much as you can.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why you call this the ab workout.
It is. It's
You're pressing on it pretty good.
so once you get
it
it
has to
fairly
fit
flat,
into this.
exactly.
This is a pasta machine.
This is the pasta machine. This is what we use to roll and cut our pasta. As I said, we do this fresh for every order. So that's pretty good there. Now, what you want to do is we have this set to 0, is just set it there,
Okay.
and you just want to start turning the handle.
Oh. Oh, well that actually isn't too bad. So it just comes out the
Yeah, it'll
other
come
end,
out the other end.
and you just keep doing that.
No, what we're going to do is this is set on 0, so the first time around we fold it again this way and then put it through one more time. Perfect. Now you're going to keep turning this dial and putting it through until this dial gets to 6. So what you want to do is kind of lay this flat on the counter.
Okay.
And the other end there. We're going to cut it in about half, otherwise you're going to have very long pieces. Lightly flour it. So if you want to do that side before cutting it, and roll it over and do the same thing on the other side.
Okay.
Now, this machine cuts two kinds of pasta, one that looks like spaghetti and one that looks like fettuccine, capellini and tagliatelle. We're gonna do the tagliatelle today. So, go ahead and feed it in there and turn.
Now I'm assuming fresh homemade pasta tastes much better than the kind that you buy in a package.
It does.
So it makes all the difference.
And yeah, that's what.
Oh, and then we have pasta. So how would we cook this? Quickly, how would we cook this? Just throw it into boiling hot water?
Boiling salted water, and we cook it for approximately 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, well, keep watching because we'll be back and Sarah is gonna learn how to make some really delicious meatballs.